people to pop over, because I've got a feeling that by the time people make it back, we're already like in the middle of conversation. Yeah, we're already at it, talking crochet and crocheting garments with confidence.
No, people are coming in. Hello, everybody.
Hello. So, wow. Okay. What do we think about this lesson from the fabulous Joanne from the Crochet Project?
Awesome.
What is your key takeaway? Because I mean, my mind is going like this. I'm like, wow, 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 wow.
That's what I meant when I was saying about bringing all these things and putting them together and going, oh, yeah, so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, just to say that we are awfully sorry that Joanne will unfortunately not be able to join us because she is a little bit poorly. Well, I think she's quite poorly, bless her. She's okay, but she is not feeling very well at the moment. So, Joanne, if you're watching, we're sending you our love. Hope that you feel better so soon, and hopefully you'll be able to join us next time.
Yes.
Let's just say that one.
I like that little wig.
That's it. So yeah, hopefully Joanne will feel better very, very soon. But regardless, everybody was amazed by this very informative lesson, very informative video. And I think this is the one that I'm going to rewatch again and again, because every time I watch it, something new pops up and I'm like, right, okay, I get it. It all makes sense. So because it was so informative, you've got the link still there until the end of the free summit, until end of today. So right, let's do it. 5:30 in UK time, so we go back 5 hours, so it's 12:30 in EST time.
12 hours, 11 and a half hours you've got.
That's right. So you still got
quick.
So you still got some time to maybe rewatch the lesson if you know, if it was a lot of information to take in, because it was super informative. So thank you, Joanne, for that amazing lesson. Before we get into these comments that are already coming through, hello everyone. We're just going to remind you of the fabulous giveaway that we have going on. Sponsored by the amazing guys at We Crochet. So if you scan the QR code, which is hovering above Hannah's head there in the corner, you will be taken to a Google form that you need to fill out with your email address, and that will be your entry into the giveaway to win $40 gift cards to spend on crochet.com. And for everyone, regardless, we have got a fantastic 15% off coupon code garment15 to use on crochet.com when you are yarn shopping, going on a little shopping spree. So put that coupon code in, which will give you a 15% off. Wow. Okay.
Lots of comments already. Yeah, basically all saying the same thing of wonderful.
And definitely something to reference later on, since I did get the all access pass. Oh, fantastic. Well done. Yeah. Like I said, this was one of those videos to take your notepad and pen and just jot down something that jumps at you. You think, okay, wow, something to keep in mind when creating wearable fabric in crochet, because you want to, you know, feel comfortable and look fabulous as well. So this is a really one to watch. And as we said before, this is the one that maybe give you a little bit more of an insight into designing the fabric. So if you feeling adventurous, if you're feeling confident, that's what we said, this confidence, just go with the flow. And if you're feeling like maybe go back to the construction video and just pick out the basic construction of maybe 2 rectangles for the front and back and 2 identical rectangles for each of the sleeves. So that's your construction style. So it's quite basic, it's quite simple to make 4 different rectangles, and then jump back into Joanne's video to take all those tips and tricks that she shared with us on how to create wearable fabric, right? Then jump into Hannah's video for some stitch inspiration. Look, see, look, are you following? Are you following?
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you can design yourself your very own sweater, you know, basic construction, wearable fabric, beautiful stitches that Hannah showed us earlier, you know, seam it all together, block it, go and watch Hortense's video how to blog, and then you're off. You've got your very first sweater if you're feeling confident to go on that journey yourself without following any pattern. Measure yourself properly, as Hannah showed us earlier. And yeah, I think, you know, even just watching all these lessons, you can really take them into, you know, take them in, and maybe venture out a little bit. Try to make your own sweater, maybe, you know.
Or even if you don't feel brave enough to do that, or you've got no intention of doing that, I still think all of this knowledge is amazing to have. Even this technical stuff is really, really good to have as a maker, so that you understand. And someone said that. Who said that further down? Oh, here we are. So much info, definitely to watch again. Trying to get good drape with good coverage is a struggle for me. Yeah, that's exactly what Jaron was saying, wasn't it? Is that it's kind of working out how to get that drape without it being too holy, and having the coverage you want it to have, all those kinds of things. It's really important as makers to know that as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've been too far down. Angela's here. Hello, Angela. Hello again.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, and Stacey Ann with your sunshine. You keep bringing your sunshine to us. Oh, lovely. My takeaway is to enjoy the process in each project. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, that is the most important thing. Yeah, enjoy it all. Lovely. It was a fantastic video. Everything came together, and I'll refer to it again. Yeah, it's a really good thing, like as I say, to tie everything together, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, and poor Pamela's here, so informative when my eyes were open. Oh, bless you. Pamela wrote it earlier. She's recovering from some surgery, aren't you, Pamela? So you're resting up, hopefully, in bed. So yeah. Watch it back if you get a chance. And yeah, Hell Crochet, so many great points. Definitely,
yeah.
Oh, and I found this interesting as well, saying about the comparison to using interfacing and sewing and use of solid stitches was insightful. And
Brilliant.
better understand drape and stitch friction. Gosh, that's hard to say. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? Because when I watched it, I was like, gosh, yeah, I think I do that without thinking. The whole, you know, like I've done things where I've doubled up a collar. I've turned things over because I wanted it to be a stiffer collar. Yeah. And like I know that you've got what that long jacket that's got the fur neckline, has it? Like it's like used a different fibre to change the structure of your neckline. There's things that we do as designers but that also you can do as makers. You can change the yarn in different parts of things to mimic what they do in sewing. So yeah, I'd never thought of it like that either.
Yeah, definitely very, very informative.
Very. Oh, someone's asking here, will there be a coupon for the course? So do you mean for the all access pass? Because if it's for the all access pass, it's as cheap as it's going to be. It's already got money off for this summit weekend. So until the end of today, it's at a special summit price, and you don't need any coupon code for that. It's just the price it is. But tomorrow the price will be going up to its standard pricing. So it's already cheap.
And to be honest, even the standard price, it's still 90% off from the value of the course. So you're still getting an absolute bargain. But yeah, until the end of today, it's the special summit price.
This one up tonight. Oh, sorry, they're flying in. I love the validation that crochet can be just as complex but also wearable as knitting. Yeah, and this is the theme that's been running, hasn't it, throughout the weekend?
Yeah.
You know, crochet's just always been considered as like the poor relative to knitting, and it just certainly isn't anymore, is it?
Nope, absolutely not. I mean, yeah, look at us too just now, what we were in. So yeah, definitely not. I think we've moved on a lot from the granny square blanket type era, didn't we?
There's still room for granny squares, though.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not disregarding them in any shape or form, but I think when you talk to somebody who doesn't crochet or knit at all, and when you mention crochet, I think that's the first thing that used to pop up in people's minds: crochet granny squares. But I think we're slowly kind of just exploring new horizons with crochet. Definitely.
Definitely. Oh. And someone's saying, I love your new boy sweater, Hanjan, the seamless one. Thank you. Yes, I am. I wore it this morning. That's what I was wearing this morning. Yes, it's in the works. I need to just finish it. And then I will, yes. And as you can imagine, It's more complex to grade the adult sizes, so to make the adult sizes fit all of the different sizes rather than the children's sizes in that one. That's what Sandra was saying, like, sometimes they just work, don't they? The kids sizes were just so easy, but the adult sizes, they'll be a bit more tricky, I think. So
Yeah.
Here we are saying, Pamela again, Glaze, explanation of how to get crochet to drape. Definitely is. It's a really important thing, isn't it? That I think people, if you do a gauge swatch, you think, well, does that have the drape I want it to? But do you know what? You can have much more control over it when you change your yarn, when you change various different things about it.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm reading them before there's so many.
Yeah.
Yarn first crocheter. That's interesting.
Okay.
So much in this video. Watched yesterday with the all access pass and learn more today.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That is interesting.
That's I think that's very often the question, isn't it? What kind of very similar to what comes first, chicken or the egg. So I think we get asked quite a lot, what comes first, the inspiration or the yarn? And I think it's, yeah, what would you say?
It depends. Like years ago, it would have been the yarn, because when I first started out, I did lots of magazine commissions, and magazine commissions work so differently, don't they, to how we now work, in that basically it's amazing because I can make whatever I want now with whatever yarn I want. So I can choose whether I want the stitch inspiration to come first or the yarn, etc. But when you're doing magazine commissions, they very often say, right, we would like you to make this kind of thing in this yarn and this color in this size. It's very, very prescriptive, and as a designer then you kind of have to work within the confines of what they've asked you to produce, which is always, I quite like working to a brief, as they call it, because it kind of gives me like, right, this is my structure, this is what I'm creating, and I like performing to that brief. But it's lovely to have that freedom to kind of go, sometimes I'll see a yarn and I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm going to make, but I know to use that yarn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it depends. What about you?
I would say it's about 50-50. I think sometimes it depends what strikes first, isn't it? Whether the inspiration strikes first, and then, like I said, you nail down that vision of what you want it to be, what you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like, and then you kind of go on the yarn hunt, and you go and kind of look for that perfect yarn for the project, what you want to achieve with it. And sometimes you just get a nice beautiful bag of yarn and you pull it out and you think, right, okay, this yarn is talking to me and it's whispering into my ear what it wants to become. So then, like I said, there's no point to fight it then, and just make what the yarn wants to be. So yeah, it's about 50-50, I would imagine.
And I've done stuff, if you've done stuff where you're like, I'm sure that this is going to work, I'm sure it's going to work, and you get like halfway through and the yarn is just not. In fact, the yarn that I used for that, the adult version I'm doing with the herringbone sweater, started life as something completely different. It just felt really wrong, and I was just like, I don't love it, and if I don't love it, I don't finish it. So I frogged it and I started again. So all trial and error.
Absolutely.
We got Lynn's here saying, I like doing bespoke pieces, so learning different construction points is fascinating. I'm neurodivergent, a lot has to be done in a unique way. Yeah, and I think that's an amazing point, because there is so much choice, isn't there? So depending on how you learn, how you respond to things, how your brain processes different information, there's so many different ways now of accessing that information, first of all. And then secondly, like the constructions, there are so many different ways of putting things together. If your brain works in a way that one makes more sense than the other, then go with that. It's an amazing thing.
Oh, hello, Lynn, by the way. Lynn is my lovely subscriber from Patreon. So yeah, hello, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. Oh, and I've got someone here as well. My niece Ida. Everyone say hi to Ida.
Hi.
Hi, Ida. We're lucky to have you making hats for us rather than buying them. Oh, I love you too. I love you too, Ida. Ida commissioned me at Christmas time to make her a hat and a twisty cowl thing. One of her friends at school had a twisty cowl and she wanted one to wear.
Oh, fantastic. What an advantage to have you as an auntie.
I had to work quickly though. It was a quick turnaround. Thank you for making me realise that I'll probably never be someone strictly following patterns, but I'll continue designing my own ones which I love and fit me. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect.
Brilliant. That's what we want you to have, that confidence to do.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. And then the same birds and same videos were so informative, and I learnt quite a bit. So happy to have purchased the all access pass. Brilliant. Yeah. And you
Fantastic.
can go back and you can watch and read and use all of the stuff. I think even I watched them a few times, hadn't well, we both have, haven't we?
Yeah.
And every time I've watched them, I've gone, oh, I missed that before.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who have we got here? I'm getting motivated to actually make a sweater. Yay!
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Yay,
Go with the flow.
yay, yay. Yeah. Will the live chat recordings be available somewhere after today? Yeah, so we're not planning on getting rid of them or putting them in it. We are, for any of the all access pass purchases, we're going to put them within the course, so you don't have to go around searching for them. We'll do that either tonight or tomorrow morning, and then we're not going to get rid of them from our YouTube, are we? They'll always be there.
Yeah.
You can go
So
into
yeah, on either of our YouTube channels or on the Facebook pages, I think there is like a video live tab on Facebook page as well. So if you click over to there, all the lives will be there still. But yeah, the all access pass purchases, we'll have them all in one place, so you don't have to go searching.
And Stacey's saying grateful for this entire weekend. Yay!
Yay.
Go back to the lessons so they become relevant to what I'm working on in the future. Yeah, that's what we were hoping. We were hoping that then you'll be like, oh, light bulb moment. Oh, I need to go back and look at whatever Veronica said about how I stand on my crochet.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, question from Lisa. When you're in the beginning stages of creating and designing your projects, how do you make sure you've purchased enough yarn to complete the project?
So this is where your little swatch can actually come in very, very handy, isn't it? So say you have got perhaps something similar. If you haven't got the actual yarn you want to use, but you have got a very similar yarn, which, you know, it's the same weight, it's the same kind of thickness and same yardage per skein size as well. So if you can match it as close as possible, this is where Raylin's video would come in really handy on how to substitute yarn or how to find really similar yarns. So if you grab something that is really similar, you can make yourself a gauge swatch or any kind of swatch really, because this one is not for the purpose of matching your tension or anything like that. This is basically just about covering certain area. Okay, so you make yourself say a square which is 10 by 10 centimeters. So this is the area that your swatch covers, and then you can actually weigh it on weighing scales and get the number. So how many grams or whatever you weigh in that swatch covers. So 10 by 10 centimeters, say you need I don't know, 15 grams of yarn to cover 10 by 10 centimeters with your swatch. And then if you then work out what area your sweater will cover, so then say you go 50 by, I don't know, 60 centimeters, work out that area. And then you basically work out the 10 by 10 swatch needs 15 grams. So the 50 by 60 centimeter swatch, how many grams you will need for that. So that's your basic math, or, you know, basically how many 10 by 10 swatches you would kind of need to cover that area. And you will basically just multiply it by that number. And then you do for front and back and all your sleeves, take all of that into account, and then you will get a rough weight. Okay, you know, that's not by means exact amount you will need. This is just to give you the guidance of, say, how many 10 by 10 centimeter squares you would need to basically cover your entire body where the sweater would be. And then you need to multiply that number by those, say, 15 grams that you used for your little swatch, and that will give you a rough idea. My advice would be to always get a little bit more.
Yeah,
like Hannah said previously, if you work out quantity and say you're right at that very top amount for the amount of balls, just get an extra yarn ball just to be on the safe side, to get the same lot number, same die number, or, you know, you never know when the yarn gets discontinued, annoyingly. So yeah, just always get an extra ball, I would say. If you at that very top end of the amount, then just get an extra one, and that will give you an idea. And I don't know, Hannah, whether you got easier way to work it out, but that's how I would tackle it, I think.
I feel like I need to hide behind my thing and say, like, I never bother. I just I think though, you get to a point, and there must be people that are makers as well, that you have an idea of, well, to make my size in this kind of length, I'm gonna need this many balls of yarn. Like you know a rough amount, don't you? And most of the yarn that I don't very often go to a store and buy yarn anymore. Most of it I get online. And I just always make sure that I order enough, because I think, do you know what, if I've got a couple of balls extra, do you know what, I'll make a hat, or I'll make I'll always use it. I'll always use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rarely, but yours is exactly the way that you should do it. Definitely.
Oh, actually, there is another way you could do that. If you go onto Ravelry website, and if you go into their advanced filters when searching for patterns, you could actually filter out a pattern. Say, you thinking about making a really solid sweater with not much texture, like something like this. So find something similar. Just find something similar in size, and then have a look how much that particular pattern uses for your size, which will again give you the starting point. So try to find a similar pattern. Like I said, Ravelry's got real good filters of filtering all the amount of patterns that are on their website. You can filter it right down to something quite similar, look through the pictures and see, right, okay, this is the length I'm thinking. Long sleeves or 3/4 sleeves, or neckline, there's no extra on the neckline, or it's got a big turtleneck neckline, or something similar to what you're thinking of making, and just have a look at how much that sweater uses, and that will be your starting point.
And look what someone said. Oh my gosh, I can use this in my Afghans. Yeah, you can. You can use it for absolutely any project, can't you? It's the same principle. It's absolutely the same principle.
Yep.
Yeah, I think blankets are sometimes harder to guesstimate yarn for.
Yep.
Because like sometimes they take so much yarn, don't they?
Yep.
And, like, unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly. Where am I? I've lost my place now. Here we are. What yarn did you use in your pink sweater, Hannah? Not yet released. My pink sweater, it is Swish worsted from We Crochet, which is a lovely, lovely, lovely yarn.
Yeah, so I agree.
Worsted is what I use for that.
That's it. So if you wanted to go and grab some, you've got the Garment 15 code.
I've got some somewhere.
Don't forget to use your 15% off code on crochet.com if you are getting your yarn ready and waiting for Hannah to release the pattern.
No pressure. No pressure. Someone's saying, just got the all access pass. Yay! Can't wait.
Yay!
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Lisa, that was so helpful. Thank you. I love making garments, but always stop short of designing my own because I'm afraid of not having the correct amount of yarn needed. Yeah, I suppose the other thing that you could do, you could take the approach of using a yarn that you can get hold of really easily.
Yeah.
Of going, do you know what? If I run out, I can just pop there, or I can order it online and it'll be there the next day. That kind of thing. Just use something that is accessible to you, in a colour that is in stock somewhere. All that kind of stuff. And then pop out and grab. I've definitely done that before. And you see it in lots of these Facebook groups and stuff, don't you? Saying, has anyone got 2 balls of whatever? Because people have run out, so you're definitely not alone.
Oh my god, I've done that before. I remember I made it was actually one of the crochet project patterns. It was a Tunisian style raglan cardigan, bottom up, so you work the sleeves in, and I made that for my husband as a present. Oh. And I remember I got to about here, so I literally had like the tiny bit, and I totally ran out of yarn because newbie to Tunisian, I didn't realize how much yarn it's going to take, and I clearly didn't do my calculations right. And I actually I managed to track down, it was Stylecraft Special DK. So it was, easily accessible, but it was the die number, when I checked the die numbers, none of them were matching. And I ended up calling Lovecraft, the helpline, could you please go to the warehouse and check the dye lot before I order? So this lovely lady, she ran down to the warehouse, she went and checked the dye lot, and she was like,
Oh,
yes,
that's so
we've
good.
got that dye lot. And I'm like, yes. And she
Oh,
was like, okay, how many balls you need? I'm like, just one.
I did all that work of running to the warehouse for just one ball.
Yeah. I said, could you please post it to me? Literally like the next day, postage. And honestly, the postage was more expensive than the actual ball of yarn. But
Oh,
because I needed it to finish that cardigan. I'm like, yes.
Oh, you said you've got a project there, haven't you, from the crochet project of one of
I have actually,
things?
yeah. I've got it with me. And I didn't wear it because I wanted to hold it up for you guys. So this is the beautiful pleated cardigan from the crochet project, and it's got an amazing design detail on the back. If you can see it, see that pleat at the back. So it's kind of like pulled in at the waist length.
That's really nice. Oh, that would work. What are the people that were asking earlier about if you're a pear shape? That would work nicely, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Pear
Yeah.
shape, because it will cinch you in at the waist and then give you more space at the hips.
Yeah, it kind of pulls it at the back. It's really beautiful, and I just wanted to show you guys because Joanne was talking about drape. I mean, here comes the wiggle test. Right, ready?
Oh, look at that. What
Look
weight
at that.
is it? What weight is that?
This is a 4-ply. I'm pretty sure I used the original yarn that the pattern was calling for. I treated myself because this is Eden Cottage Yarns.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
4-ply, and I believe it's got silk in it as well. So it's super beautiful.
That's the pattern if anybody's interested there.
So yeah, that's the crochet project pattern.
Yeah.
If you click that link, it's got the original photos as well. So I was totally sold on it, and I bought the pattern. I bought the original yarn. It was quite pricey, but oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did, because this is an absolute beauty. I mean,
it really
look
is.
at that fabric. I mean, it's just like another layer of skin. Honestly, it's so lightweight, so easy to wear, and I mean, this color is just a killer. Oh my gosh, like honestly. So I'm so pleased that I invested the time and effort and the money into this yarn. It's beautiful. So yeah, check out that there. That's the link for the pattern. It's one of the crochet project patterns from Joanne and Kat Goldin, when she used to design. Yeah, so beautiful.
I've never been disappointed when I have splashed out on really nice yarn. Like it is a big investment, isn't it? It's a really big investment when you're making a garment, but I've never ever been disappointed by using really nice yarn.
No, it was beautiful to work with, and like I said, this just proves what Joanne was kind of talking about in that video, choosing your yarn and creating a wearable fabric. Because I mean, just look at that movement.
It's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
What stitch does it use? Is it like a V-stitch or something?
Yes, it's
but
it's not.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. But when you put it in with this beautiful drapey yarn, I mean, yeah, it looks.
And then
it almost looks textured, doesn't it? It's not so much open lacy. And I believe these are linked stitches, so you get that for the front collar.
Yeah.
For the neckline, again, you get a bit of a structure. What Joanne was talking about, by using the linked crochet stitches to give that drapey fabric some kind of like a frame around your neckline to hold it a bit. Yeah. So
the great thing about when you learn and understand about the different instructions and stuff, because then you could do like if you don't want that structure, I assume you could just leave that collar off, couldn't you? You could
absolutely
out. You like this one, and this is meant to be like just a throw over type thing, so it didn't need structure. It doesn't want structure. So if you really love the design with the pleats and stuff, but think, oh, I don't want that collar on it, then you can just leave it off. But you only get to that point, I think, in your making if you understand the constructions and are confident enough. It's all about confidence again, isn't it? To go, do you know what, I'm going to leave this off. Or indeed, like if you were making this and you said, oh, actually, I want a collar on that hat. Then once you know about the constructions, you can add one. Then it's not difficult to do, and you can adapt the pattern to suit you.
Definitely, yeah.
Tracy's asking, is there a video tutorial for the cardigan? I don't know. Did it come with a video? I don't think.
Oh, this one. I
PDF, is it?
I bought the PDF, and it was previously published in Inside Crochet magazine. But I can answer. I didn't watch a video tutorial. I didn't follow a video tutorial. I followed the written pattern. So I can't answer on behalf of the Crochet Project. Sorry, but yeah, we will meet.
Listing, won't it, if there's a video? Yeah,
yeah, I think so. I mean, let me just have a quick look.
There and have a look.
No, it doesn't state so. So I would probably say no for the video tutorial. But I mean, the written pattern was really amazing. It was clearly written, you know, lots of instructions. So yeah.
And if it uses a V-stitch, then that there'll be loads of tutorials about making a V-stitch in there online. So if you need help with the actual stitch, there'll definitely be tutorials for that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's lovely. Oh gosh, it's nearly time again. 4 minutes.
Oh wow.
Next up, we've only got 2 left. We've only got 2 left.
Oh no.
Oh, it's really sad.
I know. We've got the 2 Michelles left.
2 Michelles left. Yeah, so next up we've got Michelle from Dora Does, and she's talking about, which again ties in with all of this and adding the structure and stuff. She's talking about adding ribbing to stuff, and she talks in context of not just garments, but she's talking about hats and various different things, necklines, sleeves, bottom cuffs, all that kind of stuff. And again, it's a hands-on one, so do go and watch that. And then we'll see you back here again afterwards for another quick chat.
Yeah, can I just the cardigan is called pleated cardigan pattern. So if you pop over to Ravelry, we had a question there. It's a pleated cardigan pattern. Or if you go onto the Crochet Project Ravelry shop, it's in there. It's in like a really bright neon green, the original sample. So it's really beautiful. If you can see the Ravelry link in a chat, because we know that it doesn't come through all the channels, but yeah, it's the pleated cardigan. Can I share my have I got time to share my screen? Let's share my screen quickly. So it's this one here.
There we go. Oh yeah, that
you see it
in that yellow.
So yeah, oh look at that one. I mean, so this is the pleat at the back. And it's got really interesting little details on the shoulders as well. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So that's
so nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, it sits on the body really well. And yeah, I mean, look at that little detail on the sleeve. There's little pleats on the sleeve as well on top of your shoulders. There's like a little pleat that you create to puff up the sleeves a little bit. So, but I mean, yeah, look at that. That's just
beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah, so it's the pleated cardigan from the Crochet Project there.
Cool.
So there we go.
There we go. And Pamela's just asking me how, I think she's on the We Crochet website ordering. It is, where was I saying it? For an exhale, 10. I've got the pattern up here in front of me. It says 10 balls. There we go. Press go, press order. Tell us what colour you choose. Right, everyone, pop over and get the link for the next video, and we'll see you back here soon.
See you